Nine killed in suspected terror blast near Red Fort. Police file UAPA case. Probe underway. At least 9 people died after a car exploded near Delhi's Red Fort on Monday evening. Police filed a UAPA case and 3 Pulwama residents have been arrested. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah reviewed the situation as Delhi and nearby cities remain on high alert. Suicide attack suspected in Delhi blast. Bomber may have planned to flee after detonation. Investigators believe the Red Fort blast may have been a planned suicide attack, with the bomber intending to escape after triggering detonators. Forensic teams are conducting DNA tests on remains found inside the car as part of the ongoing UAPA terror probe. Blast driver linked to Faridabad terror module. Suspect's family detained in Pulwama. The man driving the explosive-laden car is suspected of ties to the Faridabad terror module. Reports quoting Delhi police sources say his mother and brother have been detained in Pulwama as investigators probe cross-border connections in the Red Fort blast probe. Go on high alert following Delhi car blast. CM Dr. Pramod Sawant orders tight security checks across state to maintain law and order. In response to the recent car blast in Delhi, Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant announced that Goa has been placed on high alert as a precautionary measure. Security has been intensified across key public locations including railway stations, major bus stops and entry points to the state. The CM said routine inspections and heightened surveillance are being conducted to ensure public safety and maintain peace throughout the state. Pooja Naik claims she named 2 accused earlier. Alleges minister link in Rs 17.68 crore job scam. Job scam accused Pooja Naik has stated she already revealed 2 names to the crime branch during her earlier arrest. Naik alleged handing over Rs 17.68 crore collected through 613 fake job applications and claimed a minister introduced her to the duo in 2012-2013. She, however, refused to publicly name the minister. PIL filed in High Court challenging Majegar scheme, Illegal Structure Law and Comunidad Act. Activist Kashinath Shetye has moved to the High Court against the state's Majegar housing scheme, the law for regularizing illegal structures and recent Comunidad Act changes. The PIL, listed for November 17, questions the legality and public impact of these government measures. IFFI 2025 to open with Grand Parade. Open air ceremony from Old Secretariat to Kala Academy. The 56th International Film Festival of Goa will open with a grand open air ceremony and parade from the Old Secretariat to Kala Academy. The event will showcase 23 floats, while the old GMC complex will serve as the central venue and the closing ceremony will be held at the Shama Prasad Mukherjee Stadium, Bambolim. 45 persons detained in Chimbel and Santa Cruz night operation. 9 held under preventive action. In a late night operation across Chimbel and Santa Cruz, police detained 45 individuals for verification. 18 were taken to the station and 9 were later booked under preventive sections for maintaining public order. They will be produced before the magistrate to sign good behavior bonds. Sansada to get 10 TPD gasification waste plant by early 2026 under MMC JEDA GD Environmental Pact. A tripartite agreement has been signed between MMC, JEDA and GD Environmental Private Limited to set up a 10-ton per day gasification waste treatment plant at Sansada. The project aims to convert waste into syngas for energy production with completion targeted for early 2026. Goa government to implement Supreme Court order on relocation and care of community stray dogs. The state government has decided to implement the Supreme Court's directives on relocation of community dogs. A high-level meeting chaired by the Chief Secretary discussed coordination among departments including animal husbandry, urban development, panchayat and health. Over 8,000 rain-hit farmers seek government compensation for extensive crop losses across Goa. Over 8,000 farmers have applied for compensation following heavy rain damage. The Agriculture Department has begun assessing and verifying losses across all 12 talukas to expedite relief distribution for affected cultivators. Fisheries Minister rules out government control on rising fish prices, calls it market driven. Fisheries Minister Nilkant Harankar clarified that the government will not interfere in controlling fish prices despite recent hikes. He said market conditions and seasonal factors naturally determine fluctuations, ruling out any immediate intervention. Voting underway for 122 assembly seats in Bihar Phase 2. Over 1.75 crore women voters. Polling for the second and final phase of Bihar's assembly elections began Tuesday across 122 constituencies in 20 districts. Over 1,300 candidates are contesting and turnout is expected to match the record 64.66% seen in the first phase on November 6th. Trump hints at tariff cuts, says US and India close to fair trade deal after months of talks. US President Donald Trump said Washington and New Delhi are nearing a balanced trade agreement and hinted that tariffs on India could soon be reduced. The pact aims to double trade volumes to $500 billion by 2030, with talks expected to conclude by year end. Trump pledges full support for Syria after historic White House talks with President Shara. In a landmark meeting at the White House, President Trump vowed to help Syria's transition under new leader Ahmed al-Shara. The US extended sanctions under the CISA Act and signaled readiness to deepen cooperation on regional security and reconstruction.